The sun glistens off the water, sending ripples of gold across the pristine blue surface. Jamal leans back in his chair, iced tea in one hand, remote in the other, his backyard his oasis. After years of hard work, late nights, extra shifts, and never taking no for an answer, he finally owns the kind of house his childhood self could only dream about. A sprawling modern home, a crystal-clear pool, and a quiet neighborhood. Well, almost quiet. He hears it before he sees it. The splash. The unmistakable sound of someone diving into his pool. Jamal frowns, setting his glass down. He stands, peering over the wooden fence that separates his yard from his neighbor's. And there she is, Pamela. Or, as he's come to think of her, suburban Karen. Blonde bob, oversized sunglasses, an expensive swimsuit that doesn't belong to someone invited. She's floating in his water, sipping his lemonade. From the pitcher he left outside, Jamal exhales sharply, pinching the bridge of his nose. It's not the first time she's helped herself to his property, and he knows it won't be the last. He clears his throat. Pamela, she barely glances at him, adjusting her sunglasses. Oh, hey, neighbor. Neighbor. Like they're best friends. Like this is her pool, too. Jamal folds his arms. Didn't realize you had a key to my backyard. She giggles, flicking water with her fingers. Oh, please, don't be so dramatic. I just love your pool. And since you're barely using it, I figured, why let it go to waste? The audacity, the sheer, shameless audacity. Jamal bites the inside of his cheek. He should have seen this coming. Ever since he moved in, Pamela has acted like his presence is an inconvenience. She questions him when he gets packages, stares at his guests, and once, even called security because he was lingering in his own driveway. Now she's lounging in his water like she owns the place. Jamal forces a calm smile. Right. Well, next time, maybe ask. Pamela waves a dismissive hand. Oh, Jamal, don't be like that. It's just water. You can share, can't you? It's not just water. It's respect. It's boundaries. And it's something Pamela clearly has no intention of giving him. Jamal doesn't argue. He just walks away. But inside, something shifts. A realization. Pamela isn't going to stop. Not unless he makes her. And this time, he's had enough. Jamal wakes up to the sound of laughter. Not the distant, muffled kind from a TV or a backyard party, but loud, echoing laughter coming from his own backyard. He pushes back the curtain and stares. Pamela, not just Pamela, 3 of her friends, lounging by his pool like they'd just booked an exclusive resort. Their designer swimsuits, oversized sunglasses, and beach towels litter his patio furniture. A half-empty bottle of rose sits on the pool edge. Jamal's stomach tightens. He walks outside, slow and deliberate, but before he can say a word, Pamela spots him. Oh, there you are, Jamal. Hope you don't mind, but it's such a gorgeous day, and I just had to show my girls your incredible pool. She gestures around like a proud host giving a tour. Jamal crosses his arms. Pamela, what the hell is this? Pamela sighs, exasperated, as if he's the one inconveniencing her. Relax, Jamal. It's just a pool. You don't mind, do you? He clenches his jaw. I do mind. You can't just invite yourself into my yard. And you sure as hell can't bring guests. One of Pamela's friends scoffs. Geez, it's not that serious. Another one mutters. Typical. Typical. Jamal doesn't miss the way they say it. The sharp edge, the condescension, the quiet but loud implication. Pamela sighs dramatically, standing up and stepping toward him. Okay, fine, if you won't be so uptight about it. We'll leave. She turns to her friends, rolling her eyes. Ladies, let's go. Someone's in a mood today. The group gathers their things at a painfully slow pace, whispering and giggling. Pamela, of course, is the last to leave. She pauses by Jamal, tilting her head. You really should be more neighborly. No one likes a grumpy neighbor. Jamal doesn't respond. Doesn't trust himself to. She saunters out, tossing her empty wine glass onto his table like trash. Jamal stands there for a long time, staring at the empty pool, the wet footprints on his deck, the lingering scent of perfume and entitlement. This isn't just disrespect. This is deliberate. She's testing him, pushing to see how much he'll take before he snaps. Jamal clenches his fists. She wants to act like this is her property, like he's just borrowing space in a neighborhood she thinks belongs to her. Fine. Let's see how she feels when the tables turn. Because he's done playing nice. Jamal doesn't waste time. The next morning, he installs a brand new security system. Cameras covering every angle of the backyard, a reinforced lock on the pool gate, and motion sensors that send alerts straight to his phone. He's done letting Pamela treat his property like a public park. But the message? She doesn't get it. Or worse, she ignores it. 3 days later, Jamal gets home from work, tired, ready to unwind. When his phone buzzes, motion detected, backyard, he stops cold. No, he storms to the window, and there she is. Again. Pamela. Not just Pamela. Her husband, too. She's reclined on one of his lounge chairs, scrolling her phone like she owns the place. Greg, her insufferable husband, is grilling steaks on his barbecue, smoke curling into the evening sky. Jamal sees red. He throws open the back door. Are you kidding me? Pamela doesn't flinch. Greg barely glances up. Oh, hey, neighbor, Greg says, flipping a steak. Didn't think you'd be home so early. Jamal's blood boils. You two are out of your damn minds, he snaps. Get out. Now. Pamela sighs, sitting up. Oh, Jamal, don't be so dramatic. It's just a little get-together. In my yard, using my stuff. Pamela stands, brushing off her sundress. Oh, relax. It's not like you even use this space that much. Greg and I were just thinking how nice it'd be to have some neighborhood gatherings here. You know, a real community feel. Jamal stares at her, incredulous. She's serious. This isn't just her testing boundaries anymore. She's claiming them. Greg, sipping a beer, gives him a smug look. You know, I always thought this pool would be better off as a shared space. Jamal clenches his fists. I don't care what you thought. This is my house. My pool. My property. Get out. Pamela places a hand on her chest, feigning offense. Jamal, why are you acting like this? You know we're just trying to be friendly. Friendly, like he's the one being difficult. Like he should be grateful they're treating his space like an extension of their backyard. Greg steps forward, lowering his voice. You're new here, Jamal. Maybe you don't understand how things work in this neighborhood. Jamal bristles. That tone, the barely veiled warning, the reminder that he's not one of them. Jamal exhales, slow and controlled. I understand just fine, he says. Now get out or I call the cops. Pamela's face hardens. The fake sweetness drops. Greg's jaw tightens. A beat of tension. Then Pamela laughs. A quiet, mocking sound. Oh, Jamal, she coos. You really want to do that? Jamal doesn't blink. Try me. Pamela tilts her head. All right, call them. Let's see who they believe. Jamal's stomach twists. She's not just trespassing. She's daring him to make a move. Because she knows how this plays out. A black man calls the cops on his white neighbors. Guess who ends up in cuffs? Jamal's fingers twitch over his phone. His pulse pounds. Pamela smiles, knowing she's won. For now. See, Jamal, you don't have to be so difficult. We're just being good neighbors. Greg laughs, taking another sip of beer. We'll finish up soon. Jamal's hands shake as he turns back toward the house. They think they're untouchable. They think he's powerless. Pamela calls after him, voice dripping with fake cheer. Oh, and Jamal, if you ever want to sell, let us know. We'd love to make an offer. Jamal slams the door behind him. His whole body burns. The audacity, the nerve. They think they can bully him into submission. Push him out. Fine. It's war. Jamal pulls out his phone. If the cops won't be on his side, fine. There's more than one way to fight back. And Pamela has no idea what's coming. Jamal doesn't wait. The moment he steps inside, he pulls up the security footage. Crystal clear video of Pamela and Greg breaking into his yard, lounging by his pool, cooking on his grill like they own the place. Jamal presses play. Pamela, standing in his backyard, laughing. You really want to do that? Call them? Let's see who they believe. Jamal's jaw tightens. That's it. He copies the footage to his laptop, phone, and a USB drive. This isn't just about reclaiming his space. This is about shutting them down. They think they're untouchable? Not anymore. The next morning, Jamal doesn't just wait for Pamela and Greg to come back. He invites them. A formal text message to Pamela. Hey, Pamela, I've been thinking about your offer to share my pool. Let's talk. Meet me in the backyard at 5 p.m. She bites. 5 p.m. sharp. Pamela and Greg strolling like they own the place. Smug as ever. Pamela beams. See, Jamal? I knew you'd come around. Greg grins, folding his arms. Smart move, man. We can work something out that benefits everyone. Jamal leans back in his chair, calm, collected. Oh, don't worry. I figured out the perfect solution. Pamela's smile widens. She thinks she's won. Jamal pulls out his laptop, turns the screen toward them, presses play. There they are, on camera, breaking in, trespassing, mocking him. Pamela's face drops. Greg stiffens. What the hell is this? Jamal folds his arms. Oh, just some evidence. Pamela forces a laugh. Jamal, be serious. It's just a little misunderstanding. Jamal cuts her off. It's breaking and entering. His voice is stone cold. And this footage? It's already uploaded, copied, backed up, and I'm just one click away from sending it to the police, to my lawyer, to the HOA board. Pamela's breathing shifts. Greg steps forward, voice dropping. Now hold on, Jamal. Let's not get hasty here. Jamal tilts his head. You mean, let's not hold you accountable? Greg's jaw clenches. Pamela plasters on a fake smile. Come on, Jamal. We're neighbors. Do you really want to make this a big deal? Jamal leans forward. You made it a big deal. You treated me like I don't belong here, like my property is yours to take. You threatened me in my own backyard. Pamela's smile cracks. You're overreacting. Jamal clicks another video file. This time, audio enhanced. Pamela's voice, clear as day. You really want to do that? Call them? Let's see who they believe. Pamela turns pale. Greg's fists clench. Jamal lets the silence hang. So, what's it going to be? Pamela stammers. Jamal, we can talk about this. Jamal shakes his head. Nah, we're done talking. Pamela flinches. She knows. This is checkmate. Then, her last desperate move. She laughs. Loud. Fake. You think this will hurt us? She sneers. We know everyone on the HOA. Half of them were at our Christmas party. You think they'll side with you? Jamal just smiles, because he's ready for this too. Oh, don't worry. I didn't just send this to the HOA. Pamela's face tightens. I sent it to every single homeowner in the neighborhood. Her smugness vanishes. Jamal pulls out his phone, opens Nextdoor, Facebook, and the HOA community board. And there it is, a viral post, video attached, hundreds of views, comments pouring in. People are watching. People are talking. Pamela gasping mid-sentence. Greg smirking like an entitled prick. Their own words, exposing them. Pamela's voice playing on repeat. Let's see who they believe. Pamela's eyes dart between the screen and Jamal. You wouldn't. Jamal leans in. I already did. Greg grabs her arm. Pam, we need to go. Pamela's chest rises and falls. She knows. This isn't just about the law anymore. It's about reputation. About every single neighbor knowing exactly who they are. Greg tugs her. Now. Pamela swallows hard and follows. They leave without another word. Jamal watches them retreat. And for the first time in weeks, he feels like he can breathe again. Jamal expects the fallout. He doesn't expect it to explode overnight. The video spreads faster than wildfire. It's all over Nextdoor. Facebook, the HOA board. Comments flood in. Small Blue Diamond, unbelievable. This is straight up theft. Small Blue Diamond, Pamela and Greg did what? I always knew they were entitled. Small Blue Diamond, Jamal, we got your back. Let us know what you need. Even neighbors he's never spoken to are siding with him. Pamela and Greg? Radio silence. No snarky comments. No denials. Nothing. They're cornered. Until the damage control begins. The next morning, Jamal wakes up to a knock. He opens the door to find HOA President Diane Keller standing on his porch. Pamela and Greg stand behind her, stone-faced. Diane sighs. Jamal, can we talk? Jamal folds his arms. That depends. Am I about to get some neighborly advice about keeping the peace? Diane winces. Look, I know things got out of hand. Jamal scoffs. Out of hand? Pamela and Greg broke into my yard, used my pool like it was theirs, then threatened me when I called them out. Greg bristles. We didn't threaten you. Jamal smiles. Oh, you sure about that? He pulls out his phone, presses play. Pamela's voice echoes through the porch. You really want to do that? Call them? Let's see who they believe. Diane's face hardens. Pamela whips around. Diane, you know us. We've been in this community for years. You can't seriously think. Diane holds up a hand. Pamela, stop. Pamela's mouth snaps shut. Jamal raises a brow. Oh, that's new. Diane turns to Jamal. This situation has put the HOA in an awkward position. Jamal scoffs. Awkward? The only thing awkward here is you taking this long to deal with them. Diane sighs. We've received complaints. A lot of them. The HOA board had an emergency meeting last night. Pamela stiffens. Wait, without me? Diane ignores her. Jamal, she continues, the board reviewed the footage, and we've decided to take action. Greg frowns. What kind of action? Diane turns to them. Effective immediately, the HOA is fining you both $5,000 for trespassing and property violations. Pamela gasps. You can't be serious. Diane isn't finished. If the fine isn't paid within 30 days, we will begin legal proceedings. Additionally, due to community concerns, you're both banned from using common amenities for the next year. Greg's face twists. That's ridiculous. We pay HOA fees just like everyone else. Diane shrugs. You also broke into someone's property and got caught. Pamela's voice rises. This is harassment. We have friends on the board. Diane's expression hardens. Not anymore. Every single member voted against you. Pamela's breathing speeds up. But we're good people. We've done so much of this neighborhood. Jamal leans against the doorframe. You mean like stealing my space and acting like you own me? Pamela glares at him. You're just trying to make us look bad. Jamal laughs. Pamela, you made you look bad. I just made sure everyone saw it. Greg's fists clench. He spins toward Diane. We'll fight this. We'll get a lawyer. Diane crosses her arms. Go ahead. The HOA has legal backing. The entire neighborhood saw what you did, and... Oh, Jamal isn't the only one with footage. Pamela freezes. Greg blinks. What? Diane pulls out her tablet, clicks a video, shows it to them. Another neighbor's security cam. Different angle. Same crime. Jamal tilts his head. Wow. So, how many people caught you on camera? Diane flips through more footage. Different houses. Different angles. Pamela and Greg's trespassing caught on at least 4 different security systems. Pamela's face drains of color. Greg steps back. This is a setup. Jamal smirks. Sure, we all just happened to conspire against you at the exact same time. Pamela stumbles back, eyes darting around like a trapped animal. Greg grabs her arm. Let's go. Pamela snaps. No, I won't let this happen. She stops. Something shifts. She notices the neighbors. They're watching, some on porches, some peeking through windows, some even recording. Pamela's chest rises and falls. She sees it now. This isn't just an embarrassment. This is social exile. Greg pulls her away. Come on, Pam. Pamela stumbles, shaking. Jamal watches him walk away. Diane exhales. That went about as well as I expected. Jamal nods. They're done here. Diane sighs. Yeah, but I doubt they'll go quietly. Jamal watches Pamela and Greg retreat to their house. He knows Diane is right. They'll fight. They'll blame him. They'll make noise. But it won't matter. Because this time, Jamal won. Pamela and Greg are finished. They just don't know it yet. For days, they try to save face. Small Blue Diamond they post in the neighborhood Facebook group, claiming they were just confused and had permission. Small Blue Diamond they go door to door, trying to win back allies. Small Blue Diamond they threaten to sue Jamal for defamation. But the neighborhood isn't buying it. Nobody responds. Nobody defends them. And when Greg tries to show up at the HOA pool, a security guard stops him. Sir, you're banned from this facility. The humiliation is real. And it gets worse. Then the news gets involved. It starts with a local journalist. Someone on Nextdoor leaks the story. A reporter reaches out to Jamal. Would you be willing to talk about what happened? Jamal pauses. He doesn't want to be the face of this mess. He just wanted his space, his peace. But this isn't just about him anymore. It's about calling it out. So he agrees. And the next day, Pamela and Greg wake up to their faces on the morning news. Small Blue Diamond, affluent couple caught trespassing in black neighbor's yard. Small Blue Diamond, entitled HOA members expose. Small Blue Diamond, white privilege on display, how a community fought back. The comments are brutal. Fire, so they thought they could just take from him? That's insane. Fire, she really said, let's see who they believe, and got humbled. Fire, justice tastes so sweet. Pamela cracks first. She deletes her social media. She stops leaving the house. Greg tries to act tough until his company gets wind of the story. 2 days later, he's fired due to recent events that do not align with our company values. Greg Thompson is no longer employed with us. Pamela and Greg are officially outcasts, unemployed, ostracized, powerless. And Jamal? Jamal finally gets his peace back. He doesn't have to look over his shoulder. Doesn't have to worry about his space being violated. His home is his again. And the best part? The community learned something. Small Blue Diamond, the same neighbors who used to stay silent, now they speak up when they see injustice. Small Blue Diamond, the HOA board, they rewrite policies to prevent this from happening again. Small Blue Diamond, even Diane, the HOA president, pulls Jamal aside. We failed you before. That won't happen again. For the first time in a long time, Jamal feels safe in his own neighborhood. One evening, he sits by his pool. The 2 black dogs he adopted a week ago, Ace and Shadow, rest at his feet. He sips his drink, exhales. No shouting, no entitled neighbors. Just peace. Pamela and Greg, they still live in the neighborhood, but they keep their heads down. They don't speak to him. They don't dare step near his yard. They learned the hard way. And Jamal? Jamal won. The end. Want me to tweak anything, or does this hit perfectly? Fire.